Hello everybody, just going to get the screen shared. So I'm going to quickly go through the beginning again. The slide shows here. Beginning. There we go. There we go. I'll share my screen in a minute. Here we are. I'll go from the beginning. Right. Well, it should have been done in 12, but I did it hours. So what we're going to do is complete it today. So well done, everybody. I will be putting. Oh, I've got to write that down. I've just got to write down the quiz. I have to do that. I'll do that in a minute. So, right, we're going to go over everything. I hope everybody's okay. So the doctrine of signatures, we talked about herbalism is the most popular form of magic. Spells based on calendar moons are also a natural form of magic. Natural magic deals with natural forces, and the doctrine of signatures states that herbs resemble certain parts of the body. We talked about ginger root, that was relating to the stomach, the carrot, the vision, and celery bones, mushrooms here, and signatures are based on the colour, texture, shape, and aroma. Plant signatures are also a cornerstone of traditional Chinese medicines. If you want to research that, it's quite interesting. And we talked about sympathetic magic. In many traditions of magic, both old and modern, the concept of sympathetic magic plays a crucial part. The idea behind this is the core that a person can be affected magically by actions performed towards something that represents them. So to carry the idea of this, in many modern magical traditions, we use correspondence, connections between non-magical and items and magical concepts. So what we talked about there was like rose, quartz, love, etc. The correspondence here is horseshoe protects, touch wood protects, like, you know, touching your head, touch wood. Have you done that? You know, when you touch head, touch wood, that sort of thing corresponds. Head witch, they do sort of herbalism, tend to be on their own. They don't belong to a coven, and their knowledge is normally bloodline, so it's handed down by family. We do folk magic about community magic and also cunning men. Modern magic, aromatherapy, herbalism, and medicine wheel. If people aren't on that, it's advice to do herbalism one if you like, or aromatherapy, of course, that is free will. These are all commencing very shortly as per the timetable. Practicing natural magic, we recognise that part of magic is natural. Personal power, always have the correct intention, belief. Visualise images is very important, and put effort in. Please do act ethically as per the professional ethics as advised. The read, always follow your free will. I will send a link to the read in the minute. Exercise, meditations and stuff like that, using your mind prior to doing any spell works. Meditation is very good. Tools, essential tools, things like small knife, small bows, candle holders, glass bottles, herbs, your coloured candles, your gemstones, thread or cord, matches to light the candles, a journal, pen or pencil. I use the lighter there. Trees, we talked about trees and their healing powers. The Celtic Druids worshipped in groves of trees, and hence, like, you know, the tales of, say, Robin Hood and things like that. We talked about Arthur Pendragon and the Stonehenge. Tree law roots go back thousands and thousands of years, and the tree symbols are spiritual, and also see the tree of life, the man with the face of the tree of life, and every tree has spiritual healing. So we did a very quick visual exercise, and here are the various different trees: the alder, the apple, the ash, the bay, beech, birch, blackthorn, cedar, and cherry. Once you have signed up to the classes, you can stay in the class area so that you can always go back and have a look at all of the classes that you have done. Also, the healing tree continued. Here we have the elder, the elm, the fir, hawthorn, hazel, holly, sleep, larch, and laurel. Mistletoe, oak, pear, pine, poplar, rowan, walnut, willow, and yew. So all of these have different purposes. So say the ash tree is associated to the water and things like that. You've got the mistletoe, which is associated to love and incenses and stuff like that. The pine for guilt. It's all written there, so you can look at that. Then we did the nature spirits, earth, air, fire and water. We did the lovely meditation where we met the nature spirits. We discussed the moon phases. The cycle of the moon is our culture, so we use it to count time. The moon has phases because it orbits Earth. Please do also write that down. Google Calendar. If anybody needs help, contact me. We talked about the new moon, seeing the new moon, lunar cycles, the phases that were continued. You can buy a moon calendar, but you can get it on Google, as I said. Waxing moon, that's good for spell casting, money spells, abundance, business, friendships, things like that. Waning moon is full to dark. This is a good time to break all those addictions and stuff like that. Begin a very new, fresh you. The new moon also is good for goals, desires, businesses, success, and anything like that. And also the new quarter, that's good to use spells for restoring anything. And we had waxing crescent, clarity and protection, the gibbons for constructive magic, and the full moon is a very good time to cleanse all your tools and stuff like that. So that's all of the stuff that you'd be on your altars. It would be your crystals, program them, etc. Actually, just do a new moon chart thing. Don't know if anyone did it, but don't worry if you didn't. Right, to set up your altar, you create your sacred space, you meditate, you perform your spells around this. You can do your spells in a circle, so you can create your own circle. I tend to do mine just out, like in front of my altar, so you can do it like that. You divide it into 4 quarters, north, east, south, and your west, and use a compass if necessary. Altar kit, there's the altar kit here, so all there for you to look at. Did suggest Freya's code run, doesn't post to the USA, okay. I did check that out. Candle magic is very simple, represents good for rituals and stuff like that. You can put, say, if you want a love candle, you can make your own love candle. I've got every single thing to make candles here. It's unbelievable. I've got this massive candle set. I've got all the pans, pots, everything. But time, I wish. But I do love to do it. I love to do things like that. Always remember to put the labels on. Look at your jurisdiction, rules, regulations, for selling candles, for making candles, make sure you have business premises, stuff like that, insurances, all of those things. Oh, that's another thing I've got, like insurances. And just reminding myself then about other people's insurances, because I'm checking on them before I can advertise them. So yeah, your spell work and stuff like that, you do need to contact your insurances for every single thing that you're doing. If you are having clients or anything like that, you have to either, if you're teaching, you have to be qualified in that area. You have to also have your teaching degree or equivalent for teaching, or for the actual commencement with clients and stuff like that, you have to be insured to do it. So for healing, you have to have insurance for healing. If you're doing spell work, you have to have that written on your insurance documents. It's extremely important to put every single thing that you're doing on there, okay? Candle magic, so it represents fire for rituals, obviously. You can cast it on yourself and others, and it harnesses the power of fire, which is obviously one of the strongest elements there are. The magical principles are willpower, connection, and visualization. So yeah, blowing out the candle. I don't advise blowing out the candle. I always say do that, much better. When you're doing the spell work, be positive. Spells don't last forever, so leave a bit of time as well between them to see if they do work. If they don't work, and the person says, look, I'm not happy with the work that I've had, offer a refund because it should work. If, say, you don't want to offer a refund, please do say to the person that you are willing to try it again. Thank you. The type of candles to use, size doesn't matter. Make sure they're not too decorative. Soya and beeswax is really good. Beeswax. The thing is, like with myself, I'm vegan, so I'm very particular what I use. I use soya, but even then, always look at what it is you're offering. Are you thinking about where, think about where you're buying your products from. It's important because, you want to be as ethical as you can. That's me anyway. So the advantage of making your own candles, it bestows your own energy. You can change the color of them. You can have a mixture if you like, put herbs into them. You can put oils, essential oils into them, which are really, really lovely. So I'm going to do one in a minute. I'm doing a smell in a minute, so I'll do them later. You're making candles yellow. Is Mercury. So remember, they've got the planetary hours and stuff like that. That's why it's very important to get the Google calendar. You can actually put it into Google and come up with, I'll check which one it is. It's amazing. It checks your planetary hours and it actually does tell you everything what to do. So here we go. It is, check it out. So, planetary hours. And it actually tells you exactly the time. Here we go, planetary hours. Planetary hours. Is that the one? Renaissance. No, that's not the one I use. I use a special one. No. Yes, here we go. So here it is, astrology.com.tr. Astrology.com.tr. So at the moment, at the 9th of October at 2:17, it is now. So I put the time, which is 12:09. So I put the time in, 12:09. There you go. And I put the city I'm in. So put the city I'm in. And then I calculate my planetary hour, and at the moment at the moment I'm here in the UK under ruler of the day, which is the moon, and ruler of the hour, which is Venus. So we're now in a love hour. So that's how you look at it. So Friday's a Venus hour, etc., etc. This is amazing. So that's what you would do. So say at 8:10 it was. So in a minute we're at 12:09. 12:48 we're going to be Venus. At 12:49 we'll be under Mercury. And as the day proceeds, we're at 2:40. It will be the moon, and between 2:41 and 3:35 it's Saturn, etc., etc. This tells you everything you need to know. It's very important. I will put a note at the end of that. So let's put a note at the end of this slideshow. Astrology.com.tr. So at the moment, where ruler of the day is moon and the ruler of the hour is Venus. So it'll be quite good fun to do. Where are you at the moment? And then what I'll do is I'll work out your hour. Hi, I'm making candles fun. Feathers are good. Yes, feathers are really good as well to be using with your sage. Very important. I mean, Dee does that when he's doing his sage and he's making the little bottles. That don't forget, we do those little amulets, but you can be making your own amulets now. Good morning there, Shafak Torres, and hello, darling. I hope that you are okay. So what time is it where you are? I will work out what moon you're under and what planetary, what ruler of the day is. So this is the last lesson. I've managed to, because it was supposed to be 12 sessions, but because I squeezed half an hour, I've done 2 sessions per one, and I didn't expect to finish so quick. So looking back over, and I was looking at it, and I was like, well, what else can I teach? I thought, okay, I'll be doing poppets, and then I'll teach you how to do the spell cast, and then what can I do then? We can just talk, and it's like you need to be practicing. So what I've done is I've cut down so much theory. I'm going to get you doing practical based stuff in the pool. So even though, you know, you're finished, I'm still offering that support and that mentoring. Also, I will be putting a quiz on for you to complete. Once you've completed that, I would like you to put that into your site. So it's 1.11 there. So it's 1.11 with Kelly. So brilliant. So I'll have a look at Kelly's 11. Wow. So 11. Oh, can you put the city you're in? Do you want to share that? So we've got a 7-11. If you put the city you're in, so Shavak. So the thing is that because other people will be watching it after, I don't know if you want to. Okay, so that's fine. Just think about your confidentiality. I'd have to ask permission. Valencia. Oh, gorgeous, Spain. Valencia. Okay. Let's calculate. I put you in Egypt then. That's interesting. No, she's not in Egypt. Oh, no, you're not in. No, she's not in Egypt. Thank you. You think that you're in Egypt? It shan't take too long. Oh. It's swearing that you're in Egypt. Okay. We're in Valencia. Spain, please. I said not give me Spain. Will give me Spain. That is really weird. Why has it got Spain here? Why is it coming up Egypt? Right. Surely it would know. Go Spania then. Estonia. That is so weird. That's never happened. Saying that you're in Spain. I'm not getting that. No. It's got Rwanda and then it goes Saint Helena. Not Spain. I'm not getting that at all. Country. Yeah, same incomplete. I'm going to find a different site. Get a view then. Calculate. I'm not advertising that site now, but can't get me Spain. But it was weird. It just wanted to put you into Egypt. Calculate country hours. That's what you do. You Google calculate country hours. That's a really good one. I like that one. Right, okay, this is a nice one. Oh, I like this. Okay, I'm using this one. So, yeah, but it doesn't give me, no, it doesn't give me what I needed. I'll try this one. Sorry about this. No. Oh my gosh, how odd. Right, let's try someone else's. Sorry about that. Sorry about it, Kelly. If you look, you're in Egypt. You're in Egypt, my darling. So we've got, go to USA then. Yeah, maybe I can do it now. I don't know, Spain. Spain. No. It's really annoyed. Ah, wait a minute. Ah, I've got yeah. I've got it now. I've got it. It just wanted to do it. It's really weird that. Never had that happen to me before. Right, so what time is it now, Kelly? Kelly passed away from class, I think so. So Kelly, 11:17. Or is it 1:17? Sorry. 1:17. So 1:17. Okay. Here we go. It is I think it'd be under the same, surely. Yes. You're under moon, under ruler of Venus at the moment. So Janet Bryan, we're under the moon in Venus here in the UK, but I'm going to try USA, see what that says. So we're in New Jersey. We're going to go to New Jersey now. So today is the moon day. Then we've got different planetary hours during the day. So get back out of it. It's easier to get back out of it. Okay, out we go. But we're in New Jersey now. Right. And the time there was, because it doesn't change a lot, because it's done through so many hours. So we've got New Jersey there. Shavak. Oh, Shavak, what time is it there, please? Can I have my smoothie, vegan. Seven, 19. There you go. 7, 19. Just about to calculate now. Right, here we go. Okay, it's not working. It will do. It's because I need to go out of it and into it. But I'm going to do it. I said I'm going to do it. So 7. Mm, 19. Oh, it's 7:20 now, I think. City of New Jersey. Okay. Here we go. So you're under a moon, and the hour is a moon. See, so in the UK and in Spain it was moon, and we were under Venus for Shabbat there. It is a moon, and the ruler at the moment, the ruler hour is the moon. So there you go. That's astrology.com.tr. I will put the link on at the end. If I don't, please do remind me. Right, or contact me. So the herbal magic we discussed, and we talked about, like, this is the signature of his own signature. So it's his own ology, it's his own science in its own right. So familiar yourself with herbal magic. Says Aaron Alpha course. Every root has a medicine, and that's this week. Has a medicine and magical property. Each shows its property, form, shape. It's a doctrine and signature. So this is what we discussed just now. And then we go here. Sympathetic magic, healing, traditionally used for many, many years. We talked last time, didn't we, about, well, that's the point, I've got to put past life on as well, classroom. We talked last time about, you know, who Kelly's related to, Henry VIII and his association to herbs as well. And then here's some of the different herbs that you can use. And also, you know, Sunday, use sunflowers, stuff like that, dependent on what sort of spell you're doing. So normally for love and stuff like that, be rather sweet smells, protection. You know, you could go for more of like the nestle, like nettles and things like this. So there's your sun herbs, there's your moon herbs, there's your Mercury, there's your Venus. So everything's tied to the moon, planetary hours and the days. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and there's their meanings. And then what I did do is put a list of all the different herbs. There's an actual list called here, Culpeper's Herbal, and you can read it online. So you can just Google that. Don't forget, all of this information is in the classroom. I will put update version of all the classes into the library after this. Okay. So the tools also, a mortar pestle, which that grinds the herbs and sewing supplies. That's if you're making amulets, and you can make like little purses and stuff like that for protection. So we did discuss also the gemstones and using stones in magic. You have to state your intention, program everything. You can use jewellery, anything like that. Don't forget also crystal ball, scrying. Do offer, of course, in that if you're interested in that one. Meditate, and you can put crystals in the garden and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty basic using stones in magic. It's as, you know, you would have as you did the crystal classes. If not, please do just cleanse, program, intention, and make the crystal like speak to you, feel drawn to it. So selenite wands, these are very good for removing negativity. Do the same thing. These are some good stones to use. We talked about amulets. Now amulets, like I said about this is an amulet. It's like something that you would make where if you want to give somebody some sort of protection, now you can make your own things. And you know, someone might say, I need protection, you can make them an amulet. It's this sort of thing that we should be considering at this point. Wedding rings, they're a natural, you know, an old traditional amulet. And then we've talked about charging amulets, your brown candle, you can do it in salts and stuff like that. Sprinkle some salts on it or water on it and do it through the smoke with sage. These be amulets continued, and I have put, didn't I put a link on there? I thought I did. I must probably have here at the bottom, yes, because I took this information from another site and I did quote it, and then we clicked onto that link. So this is how you spell cast. Now this is how they do it. I have got another way of doing it later. I'm gonna put two lots on. This is how you do a ritual. So that's how I do it. I go into my room, I bathe myself, I I go into the bath and I make sure I've got salts in the bath. I then use intention. I then build my thoughts of what I'm going to be spelling out. So say if it's love, I then write it down, the person's name, their date of birth. Do a consultation before, please. It's extremely important to do the consultation before, as per the professional ethics. Consultation is very important. Most witches actually do, and wizards charge £30 for a consultation prior to any work. What I do, I'm quite fair. I do my consultation and the spell for £30. Depending on how long it's going to be. So a spell could say, a basic spell could be, somebody just wanting some protection and stuff like that. Then what you would do is a basic spell for £30. Now, it's up to you how much you charge. Do not tell people that you remove curses and stuff like that. I think it goes against trading standards. Also do say that you offer a refund if it doesn't work as well for trading standards. Do check the jurisdictions. It's up to you, but most witches don't really tell their prices. Because we're not supposed to be saying really that we're casting. It's okay to do it in this because we're all witches. But not all witches do. Now, it's very dependent. Now, somebody could be feeling that they've had a hex put on them and that they're in dire straits for weeks, months, years, and they believe that. And once again, it's their belief in you, their belief that's going to get rid of it. It's all to do with intention. So even if, I had a lady and she was adamant, and I said, look, just believe it doesn't even exist. Believe it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And she was like, no, I want a spell. So it's like, okay then. So then what you do is you offer the cheapest form of spell to begin with. Then she's come back to me, and I've still said the same, use your own intention. She will most probably come back for further work. Now, I did quote her and I did say that it will cost blah, blah for a short spell. It was very intense, very in-depth, and the amount of work it would take to get this person better, because sometimes it's not just that, it's psychological as well. Magically, I'd say weeks, 12 weeks. So I offered her a very fair price, something like £60 for that, doing it over and over and over again, and she picked to go for the one initially. So she's come back and I'll do the next one for free. And that's how it works, you see. You have to be fair with your customers and your clients and stuff like that. But if you know instinctively, like I did, but she didn't listen, but I did instinctively know that it was going to be more, give them a price and make sure it's realistic as well, because it is your time and energy. To do a ritual takes quite a while, because you have to prepare yourself, you have to get into the bath, you then have to form your circle, you then have to get all your bits and bobs, you then will call upon the north, and then you go around, go south, east, west, and then you get your anthem, and then you have to put it down, and then you have to get all your stuff into the circle. I've got salts around my circle. I do it in front of the altar as well, and then what I do is I do it in front of the altar, and then I do that, and then I get my candles, and you have the gods and your goddess as the candles, and then I get my cauldron in the middle, and then I get my herbs, add my herbs. For a love spell, I add my petals, and I get really into it. It's like cooking, but you feel the spirits around you. You then would finish your spell. Normally, through the consultation, you would have name, date of birth, what it is they wanted, so that you've actually focused your energy and intention into it, because that's the most important thing. Before you're casting, is to be thinking, okay, this is what I want, this is what this person wants. So it's the intention, thought going into it, everything, divine source into it. Now, lots of people have different deities. Some pray to God, some pray to, Pan. I pray to the angels, so I invoke the four corners with the angels. Okay, that to me is the best way to do it. So what I do, and because I only work with Raphael and Michael, whatever reason, I don't know, everybody works with different angels. That's the two I work with. So what I do, and Gabrielle sometimes. So what I do is go to the north, east, south, west, and I go calling on Archangel Michael and Raphael. For me, that's enough. But if it's fertility spell, you want to be calling upon, Gabrielle, east. I wouldn't know, water. Well, I'll call upon Gabrielle for fertility. And then don't forget, prior to any of your spell casting, today, okay, so today it's that time. So it was 1:17 in space. So I could then be practicing a love spell because it's a Venus. It's under the planetary hour of Venus. Now, really, ideally, perfect love spell, I would be thinking, okay, well, I'll be doing that on a late at night is good, is the best time to do it. But I'll be working on a Venus hour, and I'll be working on a Friday because I've got double whammy there because it's Venus, you see, and so forth and so forth. So look up as we've done here, and I wrote it down for you, the planetary hours with the candles, which day is best and what hour can I spell work. That's very important. So once you've done all of those things, what you do is then you cast it, you finish your casting. You then thank the corners, but you're going clockwise to open your circle. As you're closing your circle, go anti-clockwise. So thank the east, thank the south, thank the west, thank the north. No, that's wait no. Yeah, that's right. Did it right. So thank the north, east, south, west. Thank the west, the south, the east. If you've seen me practicing this, what I'm letting quite funny. The east and the north, and then you can close your circle, and that's it. Done. Whilst you have casted your spell, whilst you're doing that work, and prior to when somebody says to you, okay, what day, what time, don't tell nobody. It's secret. No one can intervene there with your magic. So yes, Janet, it is better to use the angels in your spell casting. I think so too. But for very complicated spells, sometimes you might need to call upon a fellow witch, which is us. I mean, we'll all stay in touch, I'd like to think. That's why I've set up the page, so it's a coven, and as we build, there'll be loads and loads and loads and loads of witches. We can share knowledge. Networking is extremely important in any type of job, any type of work. Networking is extremely important. So today, as we close and finish, we're doing making poppets. So this is for a loved one, so you get your materials and stuff like that. Red, pink silk, cotton, herbs, rose petals, parsley or peppermint. You get your gemstones, and you make a poppet to represent the object of your affection. And remember that in some magical traditions, it's frowned upon to make a specific person the target of your working. So if you're simply trying to attract love for yourself, but you don't have a specific person in mind, focus on the desirable qualities you want to see in a potential lover, okay? So, and that's what I do when I'm doing my spellcasting. Like, I have people saying, oh, I want love and I want him to split up with this person and stuff. What I do is, I say to them, it's his free will, it's her, not many men have done it, it's his free will. If he wants to leave his wife or not, it's actually, that's up to him. So if I was spell casting because they want to draw love for that person, that's their choice. Don't judge. Do not judge, because we're not here to judge. You're here to it's their desire. Just remove yourself from any judgment. That's why you bathe yourself and sage after it. We're not here to judge. If that's what they want, that's what they want. But you do say, that's your affirmation, that's your manifestation, it's not his. That's what I always say prior to anything I do. And then I wouldn't do dark magic. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to separate them. What I say is that this is this person's desire, they want love. And what I would do is a general love. So if they might not get that person that they desired, because it's their desire, I'm not going to start messing with people's free will. That is not what we're here for. I mean, if people do that and other witches do that, that is entirely up to them. and and that's their bag, but it's not mine, because what we go out, put out, we get back, and that's what I believe. So that's what you do, like make little poppets. You can, like, you know, scarecrows, they're like poppets, really. You can make little dolls or anything. Put love into it, put whatever it is you want into it. You can have like a protection little scarecrow type thing. That is basically what a poppet is. It's up to you how you make it, what you do. Remember, everything's intention. I mean, Janet, she's amazing. She's actually been making so many things. Really proud of you, Janet. She's done so much. Loads and loads. She always sends me her stuff she's done. So here we go. I've put this on there for you. So for your babe, take it on bath, getting your skin completely clean, soaking the tension of your muscles. You dress appropriately, so you can have robes and stuff like that, cloaks. But you know, I just wear this, tops, as long as I'm clean, with like a skirt. As long as you're clean, it doesn't really matter. Otherwise, pick simple clothing. You can anoint yourself with oils if that's how you feel that you want to do it. With your hands, make sure your hands are clean. It's very, very important. You can anoint your hands and feet as well. Purify your space. So if you're going to be working inside, make sure you're not disturbed and get tidied up the location. It's very simple and basic, general, you know, common sense, really. You need your sacred space, you need your altar set up. This can be the circle, protect you from interference of negative spirits. Get the salts around you, and then make sure you've got your 4 quarters ready and prepared. As I said before, you invoke the divine, you have that intention, you call the deities that you believe in. Now, I'm not here to judge, everybody has different deities. For me, I call the angels, and then you incarnate and use incarnation, which is for each spell. You write a short verse describing your wish. You ask it to be granted. It doesn't have to rhyme, but rhymes do work. If I do a love spell, I go, like, you know, you use your own chanting. You can ring a bell and things like that, but you know, try and be as beautiful, make it as wonderful as possible. I've got this information I got from Simply WikiHow. I know what I'm saying and talking about. It's easy for me to just stand here, sit here and just blah, 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 blah. WikiHow is very basic resource of information for anything if you're wanting to learn something for the knowledge base. So I've taken that source from there, so I have to say that, because if with any type of work, if we're using somebody else's work, it's respectful to source it, and that's very important. It just saves time and energy when, you know, that's why I do it. But what I take the bits that I would use. So yeah, I mean, I'll talk it through again, because I like to do things myself. The incarnation is a rhyme, spell, calling upon spirits. What I do, I mean, I'll talk about how I would do it, is I put my intention into it, I try to memorize it, I get their names, dates of birth, and then I just sing. I just go la da 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 la, da, da, and then I call the spirits, and I'm totally crazy when I'm doing that. But you'll get your own way of doing something. You'll get that feeling of what it is you want to do. I can't use sage to clean anything. Right, that's okay. You don't have to have sage. Sage is not like a must here. The biggest must for anything here is the word intention. If you've got good intention, like a lot of witches don't use soap because you don't need to, really. You shouldn't have to use soap, but I do, because I don't have to, but I just like to do it, you know? But I don't think, oh gosh, no, you know, something bad will happen if I don't use it, because it's that intention. It's that having that mindset that things are okay, it's going to work because it's fine. Don't forget, really, the only reason why people are coming to you is for that reassurance and faith. The only reason you're really performing that act is because they've asked you to perform that act. Now, I wouldn't be performing any act unless it was for the free will of what somebody else wants. Now, we all do it. I mean, for me, like, I will hug a tree. Why am I hugging a tree? Okay, well, Rachel, why are you hugging a tree? Because that's my belief that it has healing powers. It is the belief into the magic. It's the intention. Really, it's fun. It's just fun. It's a fun way of doing things. It's like the crystal ball, for example. The crystal ball is a different continent, that's all. It's drawing away the attention from myself. It's no different. Like people say, oh, I've seen that and that, I've seen that and that. Okay, yes, but it's no different than what they would see anyway, visually between the third eye. It just becomes a little more amplified because you're using something else. And that's because people like to have different things. They like to see different things. They like to have the cards because they're pretty pictures on it, or they believe in magic because that's their right to believe in it. It's Harry Potter, it's magical, it's beautiful. Everybody has different ways of feeling better, and if that's the way that it makes them feel better, so be it. So if they want to believe that a spell works, you have to believe it works too, because what you're wanting to do is make that person feel better. It's no different than a doctor giving them medicine. That's how I see my work. I'm no different than a doctor. I'm no different. Yes, arguably, in definition, scientifically, it's different. But for those people that maybe not like that sort of way of healing, go back to the old traditional medicines of herbal medicines, holistic approaches and stuff, because that's what they believe. And I think you have to have that very open-minded approach in working with anybody as a psychic medium and as a herbalist practitioner, or a natural magic, I call it. You know, and for me, a lot of this you could teach yourself. But the reason why I've done it is so that you have that support, you have the coven, you have the knowledge, you can always come back, that you're never feeling alone. I think it's important to have that. I did mine online, took 100 and something hours. According to it, it takes hundreds of hours. I did it in a couple of days, one day. And it was just like, oh gosh, writing. Okay, did my assessment, took, you know, probably all day just to do an assessment into knowledge base. And then there's no support, there's no nothing. It's just like, okay. And from what I learned and what I've done, I was like, okay, that's not very good. What about a video? What about, let's talk about this. Where's the meditations? Where's the debates? Where's the knowledge afterwards? Where's the support? Okay, you know, you can get an email from me. Okay, so I've paid 150 quid, whatever it is, just to write this, and then, okay, I've got no support after, I've got nothing. There's a lady out there, there's a few ladies out there actually charging thousands of pounds for courses, absolute thousands. And Dee said, Rachel, like, they charge thousands to do what you do with webinars, stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but for me, it's important that people feel belonged, and that I can work from bottom up, so that people have that full support and have the advertising and stuff. So the transitions are there, because I am a youth and community worker, so that my community base is about empowering people. That's my belief system. I feel that I was put on earth to empower people, and that's what the angels want me to do, is to help people and support people from the bottom. So it's like I said to him, yeah, okay, then, so people are charging thousands of pounds up here, but they're only going to be benefiting those with thousands and thousands of pounds. They're not benefiting those that might not have a thing. And even then, you know, I'm not even, some people can't afford £60 or whatever for a course. That's expensive to them. But for me, it's having that support after, it's having that network, it's being able to put yourself on OPOB, because I will make you editors of that page. So already I've sorted Square this morning, and Hayley's on there. They're editors now of that page, which means, and now what Facebook has is a link where you can have live contributors. So, you know, so it's about that, having that, you know, as I see it from a business model,